Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. So in this video, we're gonna make this NGO website using WordPress and the Elementor. So let me show the demonstration of the project which we're gonna make in this video from start. So as you can see that we have this website. So let me refresh this website and I'm gonna show you all the stuffs which we're gonna build in this video. Okay, so after refreshing, let's wait for it. Okay, so after refreshing, you can see that we have this animation coming here like this, and also you can see that we have this sticky header at the top where we have this logo, we have this menu here. Okay, so here we have the about, services, movement, stories, facts, and FAQ and contact, and here we have this button. Okay, and you can see that here also we have this button with this hover effect, and also we have the shrink animation here. Also you can see that we have this type of structure here we have this type of layout, here we have this type of images. Okay, so let me refresh this website again, and after refreshing you can see that we have these animations, and here we have this one also. Okay, so let's move to the next section. Here you can see that we have this simple section where we can showcase about us. So here we have the all our logos. Here we also have the animation. So let me show you. If I go below, you can see that we have the sequence animations here. Okay, so here also you can see that we have this type of layout. So let me show you one thing. So after refreshing, you can see that when I scroll below, we have the sequence animation, and also when we scroll to this section, you can see that all the animations are coming one by one. Okay, so this is the sequence animation. I will show you how you can make this sequence animation. Here we have this type of arrows, here we have this type of things, we have the donut now button here also. Okay, and we have this type of layout here, and I will show you how you can build this type of awesome layout by using the Elementor step by step. We are not gonna import any premium templates like other YouTubers. Okay, so we're gonna build everything from start. Okay, so here you can see that we have the transforming lives through action. Here we have the healthcare services, clean water services. Okay, so here also we have the animations. So let me refresh here. Okay, here also we have these animations. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this video section here where we have this type of video icon. So you can also put this icon on this. Okay, then after that we have the join the movement section where we have this type of things. Here we have this type of colors. Okay, so all of these colors are there. Okay, and you can see that here we have the read more button. Also we have this hover effect. Okay, so this is a very simple website, but this is for the NGO website, so you can use this template as the NGO kit. Also you can further expand this kit according to you, whatever you want to add. Here you can see that we have the join the movement section, we have the read more stories. So this is the section which you can use as a blog. So you can see that how cool this blog is looking. So we have this type of layout for this blog. Okay, so I will show you how you can design this type of things also by using the Elementor. Okay, and also here we have this hover effect, means the animations. So let me show you the animations. So if you go below, we have the animations here. All of the animations are fully working like this. Okay, so we have this hover effect, like this color will become dark. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have the FAQ section where you can add your NGO's FAQ. Like here we have all the FAQ. Okay, so you can see that we can open and close this like this. So I will show you how you can add this using the Elementor. Okay, step by step. Okay, so let's go below. Here you can see that we have all of this community member here. So how many members are in your community, you can add it here. Okay, here we have the join the community option. Here we have this type of images. So here also we have the animations. So you can see when I scroll below, when I go to this section, here we have the animations like this. Okay, and at last we have the footer. This is a very simple footer. Here we have all the buttons. Here we have the social icons, very simple social icons. You can add this. You can add the hover effect also if you want in this. Here we have the scroll to top button. Here we have all of these links powered by this one. So if I scroll below, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Also you can see that here we have the this sticky header. So when I click on the about, it will take me to the about. Similarly for the services, movements, stories, FAQ and content. Okay, so I will show you how you can build this type of things, and also how to link these sections with the menu. Okay, so now let me show you the mobile part of the website. So let's go to the mobile part, and in the mobile you can also see that we have this type of fully responsive website. Okay, so here you can see that the website is fully responsive. Also the animations are working in the mobile screen also. So let's see, you can see that all the animations are fully working here. Okay, and you can see that all these logos are working. Here we have this type of button and all these things are fully responsive. Okay, so I will show you how you can build this type of responsive website in your by using the Elementor and the WordPress. Here you can see that we have this communities, read more button, and all of these things are fully responsive. Here we have the join the movement section, read more stories. Here we have this type of things, all things are fully responsive and coming one by one, like we are in the sequence animations. Here we have the FAQ section. So I will show you how you can build this type of FAQ section also in your website. Okay, and here you can see that we have our community members section. Here we have the join the community button also. Okay, so you can see that this website is fully responsive, and also at last we have this footer, and also here we have all of these things, links and all. So we can click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Here we have the links also working. Okay, so you can change this color also. Right now I have this black, but I will show you how you add these colors and all. Okay, so all these things are fully working, and this is a fully responsive website. It will adapt the layout according to the screen size, you can see. Okay, so I will show you how you can build this type of awesome website by custom website using Elementor step by step. So, and we are not gonna import any premium template like other YouTubers. We're gonna build everything from start. Also, you can get all of these images in the video description for free. Also, you can buy this kit from the video description at very affordable rates. Also, we are selling Elementor Pro. You can check out, all the links are in the video description. Also, you can buy our all kits. So you can go to our website. I will put all the links are in the video description. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start the video, and we're gonna build everything from start. Also, if you are new to our channel, like and share our video with your friends, subscribe to our channel. Okay, so let's without wasting any time, let's start making this from start. Okay, so for making this website, I have installed a fresh WordPress installation. So you can see that here we have the dashboard. So let me show you the themes and the plugin which we're gonna use in this. So here we have the Elementor official theme, Hello Elementor theme, and let's go to the plugin option. And in the plugins, you can see that we are using the Elementor and its Pro version. Okay, so only these two plugins which we're gonna use. Okay, so after that I have this media library. So let's go to the media library, and here I have imported all of the images. So I will give you all of these images in the video description for free, so you can download these images and follow along with me. Okay, so let's go to the pages, and here we have to make a new page. So let's go to pages, and here we have to first make a new page. Okay, so let's go to the add page option, and after that okay, after that we have to add it here home. Okay, and here you can see that we have the default template option, and here we can publish this. Okay, then after that let's try to open this page. So you can see that this page is working. Now let's again get back to the dashboard, and here we can go to the settings, go to the reading option, and here we can go to the static page and choose the home page as default. Okay, so this is done. Now we can now we can click on this, and we can click on the visit site, so it will open this here. Okay, now let's start making this. We don't want these tools here. Okay, now you can see we have this design. Okay, so first now we have to go to the edit page option from here, and from here we have to click on this edit with Elementor. Okay, then after that we're gonna make this. Okay, so first we have to copy some color codes. So I will copy these colors by making the website. Okay, so let me go here, and here we're gonna use this color picker tool, and this is the fonts ninja, so you can use this color picker tool also. Okay, so we can close this here, let's close this here. Okay, now let's start making this. Also let me check which font I'm using here. So I'm gonna go into the fonts ninja, and this will analyze all the fonts which are here. Okay, so we're gonna use only two fonts. I think this is the enter one, and this is the Babus new, and this is enter regular. Okay, so you can use any fonts whatever you want, but I'm gonna use this fonts. Okay, so let's first make this hero section. So for making this, we're gonna add a new container here. So let's add this container, and here we're gonna use 1300 max width, and here we can add 80 pixel to the top and 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, now let me add this. Now we can add this here like this. Here also we can make everything in the center. Okay, and this thing we can make this in the center, and here we can right, day was new, and here we can also have the letter spacing at 0. Okay, let's me make this 500, and we're gonna increase the font size of this. So let's increase the font size to 80. This is looking good. And after the V, we have to break this. So let's add a BR tag here like this. Now let me make this color black. Okay, this color we can also save this color. Okay, so let's save this color. Okay, so in this way we're gonna make let's increase the font size a little bit more. Here we're gonna make this 90. Okay, let's make this 90 like this. Now we have to you can see that in the backend we have a color, I think. So let me copy that color code from the color picker tool here. Let's copy this. Okay, now we can go to this, and here we can go to this and we can add this color. Okay, so you can see that we have this color. Okay, so I'm doing that because we are using so many colors in the website, so I'm not gonna directly adding the global colors, because so we're gonna build this and we're gonna keep adding colors one by one. Okay, now we can copy this and we can again go to this code option, paste this, and here we can make everything in the center, and here we can choose, so here you can choose this like this. Okay, now let's increase the font size of this also. If you want, we can increase the font size. Okay, let's make this 20. Now we have this button, so let me add this button here. Okay, so this button will say donate now. So you can redirect, this to your any website where you want the donations. Okay, also you can use the give WP plugin. That is very good plugin. Okay, so the setup of that is very easy. You can just check on YouTube. Okay, and after that we have this 15. Let's have this 18, and here we have the 30, and from the left side also we have this 30. Okay, and here we can use any color. If you want, we can use the black color. Okay, like this, and we can make this white, so like this. And also here we have the shrink animation like this. So here we can have the 40 like this. Okay, so we can also publish this. Now we can click here and we can view this page. So you can see that after viewing we have this donate now button. Okay, so this is done. Now we have to make this section. Okay, so for making this section, what we're gonna do, we can add the two containers here. Okay, so this section is like hero 2. Let's name this hero 2. Here also we can add 1300 max width. We can remove all of these paddings and all. Okay, if I go below, you can see that we have this container. Let's remove all of this padding. Here we can also remove all of these paddings. Now you can see that we have this image. Here we have two sections. So first let's make this, or we can let's make this 1, 2. We have to add this so we don't mess the things. So here we can write 1 and 1. We can duplicate this. So these are all the parts of this. So here we can make this side by side like this. Okay, now we can go to this, and here we are in the 1 and 1. Let's go to this, and here we can add a media lab, means the image. So this image we're gonna use it here. So this image like this. Now we can make the center and center, make everything cover, and here we have to add a height to this. So this is the height. Also let's add some padding to this, 30. Okay, and here we can add the border of this to 10. Okay, now you can see that we have this small text here, funder. So let's add this also. Here we can write funder. Okay, so this is very much visible. So I think we have to change this color here like this. So let's increase little bit. Looking good. Okay, and you can also put a background overlay color to this. So let's add some blackish tint to this. Okay, like this. Okay, and also we can increase the height of this by 500 if you want. Okay, this is looking good. Now after that you can see that we have this. So now what we can do, we can just add a container here. Okay, and we can just put this 10. Okay, we can name this inners. Okay, and we can again duplicate this, and this is also inners. Okay, now we can have this one-on-one. Here we have this not, we don't have any padding and all. Here we can make this basically in center. Okay, like this. So now we want this color also. Now we can go to the color picker tool again, and we're gonna pick this color first. Now we can go to this inners. Okay, and here we can put these colors. Here we can put the border radius 10. Okay, and here we can put some heading, and this heading will say life children in South America. Okay, and here we can use the Beavers new. This would be 500. And let's do one thing. First we have to give some height to this, so let's give the height of 300. Okay, let's give the height of 250. Okay, here also we have to give an image, and the image would be this. Okay, and here we have the inners. Okay, now we have to make this black color. I think we have the black color, right? Okay, then we have this too. Here we have the one medium. Okay, and here we can increase the size of this. Okay, and here we can have the span tag, and here we can have the style color. Okay, so the color which we gonna use, let's pick that also. Okay, this is the color, so we're gonna use this color. Okay, this is the color. Also we're gonna use this in children in. So we're gonna copy this full span from here. Okay, and we're gonna copy this span here, and we're gonna close the span after that. Okay, so we have this. So this is looking good. Now also we can put some em value. Okay, like this. So this is done. Publish this so we don't lose any changes. Now we have to make this. So what we're gonna do here, you can see that we have 250 height. So let's go here. Here we have to just balance both the heights. So let's choose 250. Okay, so this is looking good. This is already balanced. Now we can go to the color picker tool, and here we can replace this color now. Okay, now we can choose this color. Okay, we have choose the wrong color, baby. So color picker tool, we want this color. Then again we want this color. Okay, so we want this color now, and from here you can use the background overlay by 10 or 20. Okay, now you can see that we have this value. So we can search for the counter, and we can just drag and drop this counter here. We don't want this number below, so we want here 150, and we have this suffix k plus. Okay, and here we can use the theme black. Here also we can use the Beavers new. Okay, we have to use the Beavers new. Here we have the 500. Okay, now we can add a container. Okay, and here we can use this text here. Okay, this is saying people has joined us. Okay, and also we have to use an image below that. So this is the image, and we're gonna make everything in the center. Okay, then here we can use this image. So I think I have an image here. So let me find that image first. I think I have that image, so let me find that image. Okay, so here we have the image. Okay, and now you can see we have this inners. Now we can put this, or we can put this. Okay, and here we can put this. So we can increase this 85. Okay, now let's publish this again. Now you can see that we have to make this. So this is very easy. We have to just copy this, and we can delete this if you want. But instead of deleting, let's do one thing. Let me find that image. Okay, and we can use the cover and cover. Here we have the cover, and here we can have the 10. Okay, here also we have the 30 pixel, and we can copy this and paste this here. And now we can go to the 2, and here we can just have this like this. So you can see here we have the funder option. So now you can see that we have 1 and this is 2. So this is the hero 2. Now we can go here like this, and we can put some gap like 30 or 20. Okay, 20 is looking good. Now let's publish. So you can see that we have built this now. Okay, so I hope you understand how you can build this. So you can see we have built this, and this is looking very good. Okay, so this is done. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this. So now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this. So first, what we have to do, we have to add a new container. Okay, right now we have to make this like this. So you can see we have this. So let's choose only one container, and here we can choose about. Okay, here we can choose 1300, and here we can add 80 to the top and 80 to the bottom like this. Okay, now let's copy this from here. We can paste this. Okay, let's make this in the left line, and also we can duplicate this. Okay, and we can make this space between. Okay, now you can see here we have this thing. Okay, now we can make this custom width here, and also we can copy this here. Okay, and here we can write okay like this. So this is also working. Now you can see we have this logo. So for this logo we can add a new container like this. Okay, and here also we can give 1300 maximum. So this is a very beginner friendly tutorial. If anyone wants to learn how to build websites using Elementor, then this is a very beginner friendly tutorial I think I have made. Okay, so here we can add this all these logos. So now you can see that how many logos here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, now we have to duplicate this I think 6 times more. Like let me duplicate this 3 4 5 6 and 7, and here we can have everything in the center also. Okay, now we have to only replace this image from here like this. Okay, one by one. Okay, so let's quickly replace this. Okay, and this also. Okay, like this. Now let's publish. Okay, so this section is also done. Now let's refresh. So you can see that we have this fully working here. Okay, so this section is fully done, and now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this. Okay, so for making this section, what we can do, we have to first add a new container. So this is the main container. So this is the, let's give this some name, be the change. So let's give this change main. Okay, and here we can write 1300, and here we can write 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom. Now you can see we have this BG color, so we want this BG color from here. Okay, and here we can go here, and here we can put this color. Okay, now we can also save this color from here. So we can write here theme bg. Okay, create. So we can use this again and again. Also always save this color, save your color. So here you can see that we have this first section and this second section. So we can add a new container here. Okay, so we can name this first, remove all of these paddings. Now we can add 3 containers inside this. Okay, so we can name these inners. We can do from here. Now we can duplicate this. Now you can see that we have this one, so we can click on this one and we have to make this in the center like this. Okay, now you can see that we have this, so let me copy this. Okay, and we can paste it here. So we have this header, so we can name this, let's name this like we can name this something. Okay, so you can see that we have this icon and all. So let's also make this, we can add this icon. Okay, and here we can make this tagged. So make this in like this. Here also we can use this color code. So let's save this color also, green one. Okay, we can save this color, theme green. Okay, now we're gonna use this color here. So we're gonna use this color, and also we can use some icons from here. So whatever icons you want to use, so here we can use any donate icon. So let's use this donate one. Okay, and from here also we can increase and decrease the size of this. So let's keep this 32. Okay, now we can copy this. Okay, and now okay, here we have this. Now we can we want to add this, now we have to add this button. So we can go here and we can add this button, and we can keep this in the right line. Okay, so all the inners would be in the center, or we can make like this. So here you can see that we have to make, so you can just drag and drop this like this. Okay, like this. Now we can go to these inners, and here we can keep some distance like 60, or we can add 100. Okay, like this. So let's keep the 50 only, and for this so we can add this to like this. Okay, so this is looking, I think, good. We can just drag and make the size like this. Okay, so this is looking good. Think there is some battery issue. Okay, so now if I refresh this here, you can see after refreshing we have this here. Now we have to make this grids. So for making these grids, what we can do, you can see we have this one here, so we can click on this one and we can add a new container. Okay, so now we can name this 2 here. Okay, let's remove all of these paddings. Now go to this and here we're gonna choose for grid. So let's add a grid here. Okay, here you can see that we have 3 grids, so we have to choose 3 by 1. Okay, and now we can just remove all of this grid padding and all. Now let's add a new container, and here we can put some padding, like we can put the padding of 30. Okay, and here we can put the border of 10. Now let me go to the color picker tool, and here we can pick this color. Okay, and here we can also pick this color. Okay, now you can see that here we have to add a heading, and here this heading would be the donate. Okay, and this would say green. Here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, and we can copy this from here, we can paste it here. Here we can now change this like this. So we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, we can do it like that. So instead of that we have to put a container here. Let's put a container here first. Okay, and here Here now we can drag and drop this. Also we can choose this. Also we have to choose this, and we have to, let's copy this. Here we have to paste this. Now you can see we have this container, and here we have to just make everything in the center. Okay, and this for this we can use any custom width like this. Okay, now you can see here we have this arrow, so we can just upload the SVG. So I will give you all of this SVG also. So I have this SVG here. Let's upload. So it will not upload in one time. There is some bug, you can see. Now we have to upload this again. So here I have an arrow SVG, so let's try to find that. Okay, so this is the arrow SVG, and also we have to choose this white color like this. Okay, you can also put some animations to this if you want, like let's keep this white only, and here we can put some shrink animation. Okay, so this is looking good really. Now we can increase and decrease the size of this according to you, whatever you want. Okay, now we have this image, so let me go here and we're gonna put this image. So here we have to find that image, so we can choose any random image. Let's see this. So now you can see that we have this, and we have to put this after this. Okay, so now you can see at last we don't have any, we have this image on this box. So but here we have the gap, so we have to remove the padding from the bottom by making this 0. Okay, and from here we can add the border radius of 10 like this. Okay, and here we can put the 30. So this is looking good. Okay, like this. Now we can just click on this and duplicate this, get this. Okay, and here we can put the 30, and here we can just replace the colors and all. Like here we can replace the colors. Suppose I want this color, we can use the color picker tool. Let's pick this color, and here we can go and pick this color. Okay, we can rename this also. Let's save this color, theme green. I think we have saved this color thing. Okay, so we already have this color, so you can save this like this. Also let's save this now. Okay, now we can go here and we can just go here, and here we can copy this color and paste it here. Okay, now we can also save this color, theme yellow. Let's create. Okay, now we can go to this 1, and this is 1 and 2. So we can make this in the center, and here we can add the 40. Oh, we can have some gap between this, so let's get the gap of 50. Okay, let's publish. Okay, so in this way you can just have to replace all of this content. Now let's try to refresh this here. After refreshing, you can see we have this fully working here. Okay, so in this way we can build this also. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build other sections. Okay, so for making the video section, this is very easy. I think easy. Now let's make that easy. Okay, so here we can add this. Here we can name this video. Here we can make this 1300 max width. Here we can have the 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and here we can just copy this. Okay, and here we can see this is saying transformation, so we can make this in the center, and this would be 200, 150, 180. Okay, so this is in the center, and this is the 150. Okay, then we have to add this video. we have to add a container, video box. Okay, and this would be like this. And now here we can add a video if you want, but this is the image, so we can use this image, and also you can put a video tag there. Okay, video icon. Okay, so we can build that like this, cover, and here we can make this center and center, and this would be 400, 600 like this. Okay, and here we can make this to border radius of 20. Also we can, now we can put the icon, so let me copy this icon from here. Okay, so you can see we can copy anything from anywhere in the Elementor. So this is the power of the Elementor, like this. Here we can use this color. Okay, use some simple icon. Let's see, we can use this color. Okay, now let's put this 40, and here we can put 60, 30. Okay, like this. Okay, like this. And here you can see we have this publish. Now you can see we have this button, so for that button we can copy this from here and we can paste it here. Okay, like this. And here you can see we have education for all. Education for all. And here we can have these colors, so we can have this color here like this. Okay, and here we have this color, and here we have the border type equal to solid, and here we can make this to white like this. Okay, here also we can make this, use this theme BG color. Let's use this theme BG. Okay, wrong color chosen, so this color. So we have this effect looking here 4. Okay, now let me duplicate this and duplicate this. Okay, now we can use this the different colors, like we can use this different color here. You can use this color. Okay, so you have to just make all of these colors, and just suppose I want this color to be little bit red type, so we can use this color. Now how to put that at the top like this? So for putting that we have to use the CSS position absolute property. This is the absolute value, so here we can put it like that. Okay, and also let's put it here position absolute, and we can put this here. Okay, now for this also we can make this position absolute, and we can put this here. Okay, now you can also rotate this by using the transform property, rotate. So you can rotate this like this. Okay, so in this way you can put any wherever you want. Okay, I hope you understand. Now let's publish, and after that we can just refresh it here, and then after refreshing you can see we have this fully working, and this is looking good. Okay, now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this section. Okay, so for making this section, what we're gonna do, we can add a new container here. Okay, so this section is saying join the movement, so here we can write movement section. Okay, and this would be 1300, and here we have the 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and here we can have this too. Okay, and here we can have this, and here we can have this too. Okay, here we can have this together one. We can click on this like this. Okay, now you can see we have to make this grid. So for making this grid we can add a new container. first, and let's remove all of these paddings. Now we can add a grid. So this is a grid. Here you can see we have this 4, so we can put this 4, and here we can make this 1. Okay, now let's remove all of these paddings. Now let's add a container, and here we can add some value like 30. Okay, here you can see we have this yellow color, so let's put the yellow color. I think we have. Okay, and we can make this border radius also 10. Okay, now we have to use the icon, so you can see how fast we are building website. If you think this is going a little fast, you can watch it in a little bit slow speed. Okay, here also we can use this user. Now you can see here we have the empower communities, so we want this title here, so you can copy this title from here. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor. You can copy anything from anywhere. Okay, so that's why Elementor is really cool. Okay, now let's me go here, and here we're gonna put this. Okay, and here also we can make it to the next line. Okay, now what we can do, we can just copy this, paste it here. Okay, we can copy this from here. Okay, now we have to put this read more button. Okay, and here we can remove this, make this black, and here we can make this padding 0. Okay, and here we can put this color icon in this side. Okay, so now after that we can also increase the size of this. Oh, this is looking good. Also we can add this to 50 to the top, and also below we can add 50 to the bottom. Okay, let's use 40, and here also we can use 40. We can put this read button a little bit gap. Like this. Okay, now what we can do, we can just duplicate this. Okay, now we can have these gaps full. Okay, you can see we have built this. This is a container, and here we can put some like this also. Okay, so this is looking good. Now you have to just replace this colors and all. Like you can just go here, and you can just replace this color. Like you can choose this color. Okay, so here you can choose different color. Okay, so in this way you can just replace all of this content. I hope you understand. And now let's refresh this, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see here we have this section also ready. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this now. Section where we're gonna build this now. Okay, so for making this, what we have to do, we have to just again here you can see that we have this, so we can add a new container here. Okay, so here we can write the stories section. Here we have both titles same. So let me name this blocks or something, 1300 max width. Here we can have the 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom, like this. Okay, and here you can see we have the first container, so we have to make this first container. Okay, so this is the first, and we can again make this 2. This is the 2. Okay, so for the first container we want this, so for that we want to add inners here. So let's add the inners, remove all of this, again duplicate this, go to 1, and here we can again make this space between center. So for the first inners we have to put the settings. Okay, and this is also we needed. Okay, here we can write read our stories. Here we can put a button also, so let me copy the button from here. Okay, so we can copy this button. Okay, and here we can write all stories. Okay, now you can see, let's publish. So now we have to make this. So for making this, we have to again use a grid. Okay, here you can see we have only 3, so we want only 3 from here. Remove all of these paddings, add a new container. Here we can put this to 30. Okay, and here you can put an image, like here you can see we have this image. So we have this image here. Okay, we can make this center, and this would be cover. Okay, and here we can have this to 400. Okay, so this would be 450 also. Now here we can add the border of 10. So now we have to add this heading. So let me copy this heading from here and paste it here. And here also we can increase the size of this. Okay, and here let's make this white. Also we want to add a background overlay. Here, and here we can here we can add this 45. Okay, now you can see we have this container here below. So let's put a container, and inside this we can have this page in center. Okay, and this would be, let's have some color here. So like we can use any color like theme, this color. Okay, you can use the different colors also if you want. So this is for now. We can make this. Also we can put this 20. Now you can see here we have the align cell. We can align this at the end. Okay, like this. Now we have to add a title here, so let's use this. Here we can copy this, read Maria's story, like this. Also we have to put a height to this, I think. So we can put the height of 200. Let's put this 150. Okay, so this is looking good. Now we can make this to black, and we can also add a BR here. Okay, we can make this 180. Now we can put a arrow here, so we can search for the icon. Just drag and drop this below. Okay, we can choose any arrow, like we can use this arrow. Okay, and here we can make this like this. Also here we can make this 500, like this. So you can also make this color a little bit dark, like we are using this color now. We can go here, and here we can use this, and we can make this a little bit dark. So you can use different colors for all. So this section is also ready. Now what we have to do, we have to just duplicate this container here, duplicate this. We can also duplicate this. Okay, here we have the grid, and here we can just make everything in the center like this, 30. So here you can see that too. We can add some 20 at the top. Okay, so this section is also ready. Now let's refresh, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that this section is also fully working. Just you have to replace all of this content values. Okay, so now only so let's move to the next section where we're gonna make the FAQ section now. So for making the FAQ section, what we have to do, we have to just add a new container, and here we have to name this FAQ. Here we can write 1300. Here we can have 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and here we can just pick a color picker tool. Okay, we have this. Now we have to add an icon here, so let's choose this icon. Okay, we can make this in the center, and here we can use the icon question mark. Okay, and we can put this icon at the top. So we can just use the EM value and we can just put this icon at the top. Okay, now we can copy this heading from the top. We can click on this and paste it. Okay, and this will say frequently asked questions. So frequently asked questions. Now we can add an accordion. So we can add an accordion here. Okay, now you can see we have this. What is the main purpose of your NGO? So I want some dummy blocks. So you can use this ChatGPT. So give me some dummy MCQ FAQ for an NGO website. So this will give some dummy NGO website FAQ. You can see it is given us this. So let me copy this. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, and we can remove all of this. We can just duplicate this now. Here you can see we have this stretch option, and we have to make this end like this. Okay, now you can see we have this white color. Also, let's go to this now. Here you can see when I open we have this. So let me add a new container. We can make this full width. Here we can put 20. Okay, inside this we have this white color, right? So we can make this container fully white. Okay, and also we can make this fully white. Now let me add a text editor here, and we can just add this here like this, and here we can increase the font size of this. We can make this theme black. Also we can go to this accordion. If I go to this header, you can see here we can make the font size a little bit bigger. We can make this black. Okay, and here also we can put some accordion padding. I think let's put this padding of 20, and also we can make this color fully black, and on border type would be none, and on hover we want this color to be green, and on active also we want this color to be green like this. Now let's go to the header. Here we want this color. On hover we want this white, and on active also we want this white. So we have like this. Also let's put some gap here, 10, 20. Also you can see we have this, so we can add this here 40. Okay, so we can add whatever color we want. It's for 40. Okay, so this is looking good. Now you can go to the content one here, and here also we can remove these borders and all. So if you see, this is looking good. Okay, so this is done. Only we have to put this border radius to the top, so we can go to the accordion. Go to this accordion. Here we have the header option. Here you can see, if I go to the accordion, we have this border radius. So we can just add the border radius at the top 10, and in the right side also we can add 10 like this. You can see we have done this. Now we can just go to the content and we can duplicate this. Also you can see we have this accordion. Here we can add the 30 margin at the top. So let's publish. Now let's refresh, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see we have this frequently asked question ready. Here you can see this is very much stick, so let's give some padding to this like 150. So we have some gaps here. Okay, let's publish. And here we can just Here we can just refresh this. Okay, you can see we have refreshed this, and here you can see all of these things are working. We have the FAQ section fully working. You have to just replace all of this content here. Here you have to add the content just like we have done in the top. Okay, that's all. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the join the community section. So let's move to the next section where we're gonna make this community section. So you can see that we have completed our website till FAQ, and now our this section is left. So let's go here, and for making this section, what we have to do, we have to first add a new container here. So let's add a new container. Okay, and here we can write here community, and here we can write 1300 max width. Okay, and here we can add 80 pixel to the top padding and 80 pixel to the bottom padding. Okay, then you can see that we have this. So now we can copy this from here. Okay, then paste it here, and here also we can make it to the center. Okay, and now you can see that we have this. So let's add a background here. So we can add this background. Okay, we can add this background here. So first we're gonna add this background. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is now visible. Now let's copy text, we can copy the text. Let's copy this only. Okay, then we can go here and paste it. Okay, now you can see that we have to copy this full text. So let me copy this full text here and make it center. Okay, now we have to make this in the center. Here you can see that we have this custom value, and here we can make this like this 50. Okay, now you can see that we have this counter. So we have already built the counter, so we gonna just copy the counter from there. Okay, so whenever you build any website, don't make anything which is same again and again. Just make it once and use it everywhere. Okay, and now here we have to just increase the size of this. So let's increase the size of this to 200. Okay, like this. And here we can add some more zeros, okay, like we can add some more zeros here like this. Okay, and here you can see we have one more text, so we can copy this text again, and here we can go. Here you can say people already joined us, so we can just go here. Okay, and here we have one more button. Okay, so this is very basic and simple website, but this is but very beginner friendly if you want to learn all the basics of Elementor. Okay, now you can see that here we have to join the community, so we have to just go here and we can replace the text here, join the community. Okay, and here you can see that we have all of these images, so let's add these images here. Okay, and here we can just go to the media library, and here we can choose some images. So right here we have to use the position absolute property, and we can just go to the width option, and here we can have this some custom width like this. Okay, now let's make this a little bit more smaller. Okay, now we can just place this somewhere like here. Let's duplicate this. Okay, and here also we have to place this. Okay, so in this way we can duplicate this and you can place it any like this here and there. Okay, just replace this image then. Okay, now let's replace this image, like we can replace this here. Okay, so we have to replace all of these images. Okay, so this section is also done. Okay, now let's me try to save this and let's refresh this here. Then after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this fully working, and this is not aligned because we have to use it here. So you have to use this right direction, and from here you can just place it horizontally. Okay, and you can just place it horizontally like this. Okay, and from here also for this image, make it right align, and we can place this horizontally here like this also. Okay, you can also preview this from here. So you can see this is looking good, and now we can just save this again. Okay, so this is done. Now let's move to the final section where we're gonna make the header and footer. Okay, let me refresh this one. Let's see this is loaded or not here. So if I go below, you can see that we have successfully loaded our community section also. Okay, now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the header and footer. Okay, so now let's move to the next section. So let's first make the footer. So we have to open the theme builder from here. Okay, so we have to make the footer here. Okay, so you can see that the footer we have like is very basic and simple. So for making the footer, first we have to open the theme builder, and here you can see we have this option for the footer. Okay, we have this option for the footer, and here what we have to do, we have to just make that. So you can see that here we have this icon and all. So here we have to add this footer. So for adding the footer, what we have to do, we have to first add this container. Okay, so this will name here footer 1. Here we can write 1000 max width, and here also you can see we have this. So now what we can do, we have to just add an image here. Okay, and here we can write this like this. Okay, so here we don't want to use this, so let's use a list here. Okay, we can add this here. Let's go here and we can make this like this, and here we can write home, and here we can write about home, about us, our impact. Here we can write this like home about us. Okay, and here we can also write our impact. Okay, here we can write get involved. And here we can write programs. Okay, and here we can add this to 30. You can see we have the social icon also, so let's add the social icons also. Okay, let me add this here, make this at last. So the use of navigator is very much useful. Here you can also add some more, like we can go here and here we can choose this Instagram like this. Here you can see we have the official color, we're gonna choose the global color, so let's use this. Okay, so this is the background, this is this. Now we can just go here and we can increase and decrease this size of this. Okay, here also we can make this black and this would be white. Okay, like this. Here we can make this, and here we can also increase and decrease this. Okay, and here we can make this our color. Okay, so this is done. Here we can add some padding, so let's add the 80 to the top and 40 to the bottom. Okay, now let me add a new container here like this, and here also we can write footer 2, and this is 1300. Here we can write 40 to the top and 80 to the bottom. Okay, and here you can see we have to copy this. Here we can write powered by Socio Lab. Okay, and we can duplicate this. So here also we can make this page between in the center. And now here we can add some icon like a privacy policy terms and condition. So we can write privacy policy and one more terms and condition. Terms and conditions. Okay, like this. And we have to add one line between this. So let's add a border. Okay, now let's publish entire site, save and close. Okay, now let's refresh it. And after refreshing, we have to, you can see we have this footer ready. Okay, so footer is also ready. Now we have to make this header. So you can see this header is very basic. Okay, so this is a very beginner friendly tutorial. If anyone want to learn the basics of Elementor, he can just practice this project and he can build that. Okay, so here also we can make this mobile responsive, like you can see that we have this. Now we can just click on this, and here you can see we have this 80, 20, 40 and 20. Here we can go to this, so you can make this custom and you can just increase and decrease this. Okay, here also you can make this in the center, like we can make this in the center. Here also we can make this in the center. Okay, here we can make this to 20, 30. Okay, and for this also we can make this in the center. Okay, so you can see this is done. And now let's move to header part. So before making the header, we have to make the menu. So let's go to menu first, and we're gonna make this menu: home, about, services, movement. So let's open the menu. Here we have to add a final menu, header. Here we can add the home, then we can add the about. Here we can add the about. Also we have services and movement, so here we can add services. Okay, here we can write movement. Okay, the stories, FAQ and contact. Here also we can write stories, FAQ, contact. Okay, then we can save this. Then after that we can just go to this header. Let's add a new header. Okay, and you can see we have this header, very simple header. So let me open this header, and here we can just add a new container, this one, and we can name this, and you can just use this header. Here we can write 1300 max width, and this is 10 and 10. Now let's add an image here, which can be our logo, which will be our logo, and here we can use that. Here we can make this custom width, like here, like this. Okay, this is looking good. Let's make this a little bigger. Now we can just drag and drop this WordPress menu. First let's make this space between in center. So you can see also we need a button, so we can just copy this button from here. Okay, so we have a different tab, and this is a different tab, but we can also copy this like this. So you can see here we have some margin at the top, I think it's smooth. Okay, so this is good. Let's add some text here for the header. Done it now, and here we can just write like 14. Here we can write 16. Okay, and here you can see we have this text, and this will be none, full width and center. Okay, and here also you can see we have this, so we can just make this 500, and here you can see we can make this hover color to theme green, active hover color to theme green, like this. Okay, so this is done. Now let's make this mobile responsive onto side by side. So here you can see we have this theme bg, so this is done. Now let's go to the mobile part. Okay, here you can see that for making it responsive we can just click on this here, and here we can just let's make this 10 everywhere, and here we can just increase this, and here we can just okay, so here we can make this, and for this also we can have this toggle button, and we can have this. Okay, and here for the drop down we can have this to white, this to white. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, so our header part is also ready. Now let's publish this. So we have successfully completed all our website section. We also completed the mobile responsiveness of header and footer. Only this is not sticky. So for making this sticky, you can just go to the desktop version again, click on this header, and here you will find motion effect. Here you can make this sticky at the top. Okay, just publish. Now if you refresh and scroll below, then you can see this is sticky at the top like this. Okay, so this is done. Now let's move to the mobile part. So for mobile part, we can go to our home page again, and here we have to make it responsive. So first we have to go to this, and here you can see first let's add some margin and padding, 80 20, 80 and 20, and here also we can make this smaller, like we can make this smaller, so you can increase and decrease the size of this. So let's keep this 60. Here you can see we have to increase, let's make this full width, it will automatically. Here also we have to add some padding, like in the right we can add 20 20, so this in this way. Okay, so this is looking good. For this we have to add some height, so let's add 350. This is also done. Here also we can add some like 80 20, 80 and 20. Okay, and you can also make this in the center or left line. Just we have to click on this and make this full width, click on this, and also you can make this full width like this. Here also the logo is not looking good, so we can make this. Here we can add 40. Also here we can add 80 20, 80 and 20. Here we can add 15. Okay, and here we can just add the 50, 80 like this, 60. Also we can just make this up and below. Here you can see that this is hidden, so for that you can just go here, and here you can see we can use this for property. So you can see we have this here, you can just make it here. Now we have one more button, this one, and here also we can make this, so we have this. Okay, so in this way we can just add it like this. Here you can see the video is a little bit bigger, maybe 400. You can also decrease the size of this, make this 30, 20, 25, and make this 20. Okay, and here you can see we have this 80, 20, 80 and 20, and here also we can make this to 50. Okay, let's make this 60 also. Okay, then we can also make this in the left line. Okay, so this is also done. Here we can make this like 80, 20, 80 and 20. Okay, let's make this 150, I think. Okay, so this is all done. Here we can make this in the left. Okay, you can see rest things are fully responsive. Here we have to make this, like here we can add 80, 20, 80 and 20. Here also we can make this smaller, so let's add the value of 60. Make this in the center. Okay, so everything is done. Here you can see we have this, so we can just go to this header and we can decrease this size of this header, okay, like this. Okay, so you can just play around with this. Here also you can see we have this, we can have this 30, 20, 30 and 20, and here we can just make this full width. Here we can do 100, 80, okay, like this. So you can see this is done. Our mobile part is done for this also. Now we have successfully completed the mobile part of the header and footer also, and this is also done. Now only our animations are left, so let me show you that. So you can see our mobile part is looking good, okay, and you can see we have done this in a very less time. Okay, so we have made this beautiful website in very less time. You can just increase and decrease the font size and all according to you. Okay, so you can see this is done. Now let me show you how we can link this. Like here we can click and go to this respective section. So for that, that is very easy. You have to use the CSS ID. Okay, so I hope you know the CSS ID. Like this we can link to the community section. So you have to just click on this main section, and here we can write community. Then here we can go to this, and here we can write in the CSS ID FAQ. Here also we can go here, and here we can write stories. Okay, here we can write movement. Then here also we can write to the services. Okay, and here also you can see we have this here about. Okay, so if I save this, and now let me try to refresh this. So when we go to the about, services, movement, stories, FAQ, content, okay, so these all things are working. Okay, so last one is the contact. So you can just go here, you can just replace this also contact. Okay, so all things are done. Only we have to add this scroll to top button, and let me show you how to add basic animations also. So all the steps for the animations are same. So let me show you how we can add this animation. So here you can see that when I refresh this, after refreshing you can see we have some sequence animation here, like this. So for making the sequence animation, let's first you can choose anything. Suppose you want to add the animation in this section, so you can add animations anywhere, image, box, container, all of these things. Okay, so suppose I want to add the animation in this text. We have to first choose the text, go to the motion effect, and here you can see we have the entrance animation. So here we can add zoom in. Okay, here we can make this fast, and this would be 50. Okay, now let's click on this, and here you can see we have this motion effect. Here we can add the slide in up animation, and this is also fast, and this is 100. Okay, then we have this button. So here we can add the zoom in animation, and this is also fast, and this would be 150. Okay, so in this way we have to keep this little bit bigger than the previous. Like here also, suppose I want to add the animation in this, let me add the container animation. Here we have to choose the first box. Okay, go to the motion effect, entrance animation. So here we're gonna add the slide in left animation, and this will come after the delay of 15 milliseconds. Similarly, you can also use the structure here. Go to the second one, and here we can write the slide in right animations. fast, and this will come after 100 milliseconds. So in this way we can add the animations anywhere where you can add this inner animation also. You can go here and you can add the inner animations also. Okay, let's see, let's try to refresh, and after refreshing you can see the animations are working now. Okay, now let me show you how you can add the scroll top button. So for adding the scroll top button, we have to go here and we have to add a new plugin. Okay, we have to add a new plugin here. So let's click on this add plugin. And here we can add this plugin like WP front scroll. And we have to just install this. Okay, install this plugin. And now we have to activate this. Let's wait for it to install. Okay, then we can activate this. Now we can just enable this, and also we can auto hide this after 2 seconds. Hide on WP admin. Here you can see we have so much icons. So suppose I want to choose this icon. Also you can just add some custom icon here from the media library. If you have some icons you can choose it that also. Okay, let's see the changes. Then here you can see we can here we can refresh this. Okay, then you can see we have this scroll top button here. Okay, and when you click on this button it will take you to the top of the website like this. Okay, so we have successfully built our whole website. Okay, and this is also working in the mobile part. I hope you understand how you can build this type of awesome website using the Elementor and the WordPress step by step. We have not imported any premium template like other YouTubers. Okay, so if you want to buy this kit, you can buy the kit from the video description at very affordable rates. Also, we are selling Elementor Pro with regular updates, so you can also buy that from the video description. You can also check out our all the previous kits. So all the links are in the video description. Do check it out. And if you are new to our channel, like and share our videos with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna see you next time.